So I'm sitting on my porch. I'm sitting on my porch because it's 70 degrees. And basically, we got up to about 115 degrees here. I think some 112 while I was calling down the thunder of God to make it hot. As soon as I said, hey, we should have some rain and I'd like it to be 70 degrees, then we started getting that. And like their weather forecast still says 100 the rest of the week. I hate to tell them this, but now it's 70 degrees because I say it is. And I know that sounds fucking crazy. But like, I really think at the moment, God and I are having a conversation about America. And I would watch for more plagues. I'm not the Moses you wanted, but I'm the one you fucking got, basically. I don't know what does this shit. All I know is that, like, for the last week and a half, God answers most of my prayers. And considering that I started calling him Crom because he didn't listen, I think that's pretty funny. Maybe it's all coincidence, maybe it's all in my head or whatever, but like it does make me feel better to some extent to have control over the weather. So, you know, they might have the weather gauge, but we had the weather gods, that kind of thing. That's a quote from Master and Commander, a movie that you should definitely go watch. I think it's one of those things that King Poseidon might work for me or some shit. Or Jehovah. I'm not really sure what God it is I'm talking to, but I'm talking to a God. I think the God. And, man, he has some bitches. The burning bush has basically said that it doesn't like abortion. And it doesn't like slavery. And it thinks America does a lot of both. A few other things too, but those are like the big two. You can choose to ignore me. I'm bending my will against this country. Nancy Pelosi is flying to China to get blown up. Because I prayed to God. She is going to die. I called in her accounts. And not like her bank accounts. I mean like her spiritual accounts. She's getting on a plane to go to China and be blown up, most likely, because I prayed to God and told him basically about all the wonderful things that she does. And why she should be the sacrificial lamb. I know that doesn't make much sense to a lot of people, but like, basically where we're at now, I'm the one talking to God and preventing him from blowing up the whole planet. I know you don't believe that or whatever, and that's fine. It doesn't matter that you believe that. I just think it's funny, mainly. I don't even know if it's true. Honestly, it could just be I'm praying and watching shit happen in the world and making connections or whatever, but I don't think that's what it is. I think it's weird that CERN got turned on the same week that I got to start talking to God. There's something in connection with that. I don't know what it is. And there's something fishy about the Georgia Guidestones. I don't know if those were blown up by a person or it was like a thunderbolt hurled from a Greek god. That's what it looks like to me. Like, I don't know. It could be a terrorist. Like, there's 100% some people that would like really like to like blow them up. I like my Converse. Like, this is the, you know, the thing about all of this is like, it's very much determined by what you choose to believe. And right now I'm choosing to believe that I'm talking to God and that it's 70 degrees right now because I told him to make it so for me. Because I wanted to wait on my front porch for my sword. You want to know why God listens to me and not you? That's why. I'm not asking for fucking a bunch of crazy shit. I asked for it to be 70 degrees today so I could get my sword. It's all about what you ask for. Like, I asked for an army worthy of Mordor. There's a large group of Hispanic people walking north in South America. That one makes me really laugh. Like, this is I think God has a sense of humor thing. You know, who best to ask about the judgment of this country and this planet than a transsexual hooker? That sounds a lot like God. He has a very, very funny sense of humor. I think a big part of this is too, basically this is Indian country. And I recognize that and respect that. The federal government chose to shit on and piss on God's people. Like, if the Jews are God's people, the fucking Hopi and the Navajo are God's people too. Just my opinion. And the United States committed a great many sins against them. There's other things that are causing death and judgment. It's not so much like the sex and debauchery like you would think. It's the cults to false gods, the false god Baal. Even, like, I don't know if Aphrodite is a false god or not, but the version that the trans women in America are currently worshiping is like a perverted version of Aphrodite that is Baal. So it's all the same to me. And, like, this is the, you know, the thing is, I think it's funny that we are currently in America worshiping gods from the Bronze Age. Nobody sees that because they don't believe in any of this shit anymore. But you are what you do. And if you're shouting your abortion, God is sad at you. Like, an abortion should be a rare and sad thing. It should be a thing no one wants to do. That's the issue. That's why God is upset. The people that are proud of the 37 babies they've killed, they carry a fucking chain of souls to them in the afterlife like you won't believe. Honestly, they're bound for hell. They're a witch. That's what witches do. Witches sacrifice their babies to Satan. I'm not saying that, like, they should be burned at the stake or some shit. What I'm saying is we as a country need to stop thinking this is socially acceptable. Now, as far as the transgenderism shit, I don't know really how God feels about that. I know how I feel about that and why I do what I do, and I do it for holy reasons. And I think it's like a lot of things. It's not what you do, it's why you do it. This is why God likes me. I went transgender half because I felt the call and half because I've always been this way. And the call I felt was go to downtown Tulsa and dress like a woman and stay there until you find what you're looking for. And the thing that I found what I was looking for was my girlfriend Dakota, who was strung out on Xanax and about to die. I think God put me into her life so she would live. This is what I choose to believe. I choose to believe that God is affecting the temperature of the planet because of what has happened in the last couple of years on this planet. I also believe that God is getting ready to kill quite a few people. And if you would like to not be one of those people, you should get holy quickly. And by getting holy, I don't mean go to church and whatever. I mean be a good person. I mean treat people well, be happy. Look for happiness in your life. Look for love. Spread love where you go. Like, this is the shit that matters. Okay? And when you see all of these people that are shouting their abortions and, you know, being in gay pride parades or whatever, not that that's even that bad, but like that's an example of this culture that not everyone there is evil. But you are being led down a dark path by fucking forces that you do not even comprehend or understand. There's a war going on in this country that is being fought with forces that are beyond any of your kin. And I would encourage you to start studying religion and Bronze Age myth and Skinwalker Ranch. I just watched a video about the Book of Enoch that I swear to God, Enoch went to Skinwalker Ranch or someplace very much like it. He was talking about portals. Like, this is the thing. I think that there's some portal shit that's real. I think God may be an interdimensional being. Maybe the Christian God or Allah or whatever, the good, loving, creative God that wants you to do good things, not bad things. He's on our side, I believe. That's where I'm putting my faith. I worship the God Crom. He is the one God. He is the one true God. He is the Son of Man. He is the fucking Father of Jesus. That's Crom. He sits on his mountain of power and he casts judgment on the world. Jesus took away your sins. I told God that you weren't worthy. I would get that way fast.